8/24, 2023. So hey, gonna add a little bit more to my diary, my folder here about neck injury negligence, about what's really going on, why the whole population's so messed up. Pretty nasty stuff. Anyway, back in January 2022, when I unlocked my atlas because it was severely dislocated and hung up on my skull, out of position, I went through the seizures about a month later, and I've been recovering ever since. You know, lots of nasty pain in the. Popped the right side back in August 2022. Dealt with that. More pain involved there. Had some minor shifting over here. Atlas axis back in December. And here we are in August again, and I just kind of untwisted it. Seen some pretty positive results from it. You have to understand it. You have to go through like the relocation, or it's hard to explain, because every time you move towards where you're supposed to be, things come online, and when things come online, you get all kinds of pain. Some of it's not bad, some of it's medium bad, some of it's pretty bad. Of course, I have never been able to get rid of these twitches yet, so I'm still twitching my legs and stuff. Still got a lot of burn sensation in my left leg. But the pain kind of moves. It kind of settles, and a lot of it's gone away. My skin sort of looks better. My piloerection is doing a lot better. My lesion line, you can hardly see the lesion line, but I still have a little bit of light piloerection there. Primary pain I'm feeling right now due to this shift, it's been going on for about 3 or 4 days, is in my ears. A little bit of it in my head, some of it's in my scalp, like I got a bruise on my head. A lot of it's in my ears. First time I ever had an earache was when I was a kid. And the reason I know the whole population is dislocated is because a lot of kids, when they're young, they get crap knocked out of them, and they got an earache issue. Some of them can't go swimming because they go get tubes put in their ears and stuff or whatever. They need to have their atlas relocated. Like I say, the only way I know to relocate it is chin tucks, traction, and maybe a little turning on it. Keep it chin tucked. Do a couple of shoulder slams on each side. That'll help get it up in there where it belongs. Yep, earaches in children, dislocated atlas. Seizures in children, dislocated atlas. Cancer in children. Most of them will be dislocated atlas. I mean, understand this. You can have seizures if somebody shoots you in the head, takes out half your brain, and it may not be nothing the atlas is going to do for you. If you're knocked out and your ears are all sore and out of place, and you're just going to grow old and lose your hearing, grow old and lose your vision, have TMJ from smashed trigeminal nerve, whatever. Die from Parkinson's, MS, RA, arthritis, of all kinds of arthritis, psoriatic arthritis, all that stuff they talk about, bulging disc and pinched nerves, all the ankylosing spondylitis or whatevers. Just keep on naming them off. That's all you gotta do. Name them all off, all these complications. You got the whole population. Ignored from childbirth. Treated like they're a bunch of hypochondriacs. Lied to about pain's all in your head. It's not all in your head. These anxiety disorders and depression and things like that are sort of like cancer. You're out of whack. Your atlas is cracked sideways, cutting stuff off, leaning and smashing into things. Your body gets toxic. It stunts your growth. It damages your growth cycle. You get all distorted looking, like right here on my chest. You get this thing. growth distortion during youth from atlas dislocation during youth. Very nasty looking. It's also pretty obvious. Pretty obvious. I am looking better. That goosebumple stuff and my lesion line, they're fading. It may just be because I got a little bit of suntan. I personally don't agree with that. When you're talking about the seizures, you're talking about the immune system. You're not talking about an issue with the bottom. It's not an issue with the body. It's not a disease. It's a normal body function going off to try to help you out. Hell, its primary purpose may be for you just to fall down and hit the back of your head real hard and knock your atlas back in. Yeah, I'm trying to make this a long video, I guess. I really don't want to make it a long video. I just want you to know that if you are watching this video, that there's about a 90 to 95% chance that you're dislocated in the atlas area. Your children are dislocated in the atlas area. And very few people that are not dislocated in the atlas area would be a very well cared for, protected child. Or somebody that's actually relocated their atlas and they're no longer kyphosed in the back of the neck. You're not supposed to have that big knot there, people. You're not supposed to have that ugly looking curve. Your chin's not supposed to be out here in the front. And since a whole bunch of the population have got anywhere from generally mild kyphosis to some pretty hardcore kyphosis. When you get old and these people are all, I hate to say it, hunchbacked over and just like, ooh, I don't think I'm going to have that problem. I don't think I'm ever going to see that, even though I was kyphosed. I was having seizures. So, anyway, I'm getting a little bit of an appetite back. This affects a lot of things. It affects your blood pressure. It affects your bowels. It affects all your organs. It affects your kidneys and stuff. You're toxic. You got ischemia in your neck, cutting off blood flow to and from your brain. Leaning on an ear canal. Pushing on a optic nerve. Up into your sinuses, smashed up in there, damaged sinuses. Jaws misaligned. Can't swallow right. Can't cough right. I'm having better bowel movements. Like I said, I am probably about 20% relief from my hypersensitivity, and that's one of the most horrible things you can deal with is the hypersensitivity. Hypersensitivity. You get 1 degree too cold and you just take off in the chills and the goosebumps and have all kinds of muscle spasms and pains and stuff. Your skin burns. My skin still burns. You know why my skin burns? Let me show you why my skin burns. That's why my skin burns. Now, when I was dislocated, severely dislocated, I guess something up in there was smashed and damaged or whatever, cutting the signal off, and my body apparently couldn't really feel the skin like it was supposed to. So I have layers of dead, scaly looking skin that if I peel it off there, it'll bleed. If I shave my legs, it'll cut the edges and make it bleed. But that's all improving. Anyway, hate to be the bearer of bad news. We're all in a herd of dislocated atlases that are being ignored by the medical system. They're being labeled and treated as a complication. Or wait a minute, they're being labeled and treated as the disease. They're complications from your neck that's being ignored being labeled and treated with pharmaceuticals. Very few people are actually getting any help from the chiropractors. As a matter of fact, almost zero, because they just can't take it the one extra step that needs to be taken, which is to apply traction with hard chin tucks and be able to take the time, which is going to take you a little time. This is month 20. I'm working on my 20th month. 20 months since I unlocked it. 4 minor shifts, and here I am. God bless the 405. Sometimes the truth is so scary. Sometimes the truth is so ugly, it just makes you want to throw up.